everybody. This is Economic News Insights, and today we are going to talk about AI stocks, also the advent of AGI, Advanced General Intelligence. Okay, so we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about the best stocks, and I'm going to give you guys some up and comers because we already know which ones are really well established, like NVIDIA, Microsoft, but I'm going to talk about some that are up and coming, maybe give you guys some ideas about where to go with some of your investments moving forward. So let's get into this. First off, what is artificial general intelligence? Most of you by now probably know what AI is, artificial intelligence. Well, artificial general intelligence, sometimes called human level AI, is a type of artificial intelligence capable of performing a full spectrum of cognitively demanding tasks with proficiency comparable or surpassing that of humans. This is where you get a robot in your house and it's thinking for you, or it's thinking ahead about what you would want because it's got a kind of cognitive ability, almost like what you would expect with someone who's sentient. Kind of crazy, I know, but we're not there yet. It's just there are companies out there that are looking to achieve that level. So once AGI comes out, that's next level artificial intelligence. Right now with ChatGPT, we've got the first level of AI. Open AI, Meta's doing that, but you can see here's who's creating it just on this level. You've got OpenAI, Google, Meta, and then you've got several other countries getting involved in AGI. So they're really trying to push this forward with the AGI advancement. This is like a layer 2 on top of AI. So let's talk about it from here. We'll go to ChatGPT and we'll dial it in and we'll say, what are the best AI stocks? Right now, NVIDIA has the highest market cap, okay? They're a leader in hardware. They're also developing AI models, and the company passed a $3 trillion market cap bolstered by significant deals like supplying chips for Saudi Arabia's AI initiative. Then you have Microsoft. They've obviously been a software, hardware, they've done computers, they've done Windows, but now they're getting into the next generation of technology, and they've got a multi-year partnership with OpenAI, who runs ChatGPT, which we're using right here. And then you've got the consistency of the growth with Microsoft. I'm going to give you guys all the price action on these stocks, but I'm just going to talk about them right now in general. Alphabet being Google. You've got the Google DeepMind. Alphabet remains at the forefront of AI. Then you've got Amazon. They've got AWS, which is one of the largest cloud computers, data centers you've got going. And they have a whole suite of AI services. And then you have Meta, which is Facebook. Not a big fan of those guys, so not going to really hype them up. Who knows? Maybe they pull it off, but they got to get some. They got to do a little bit better as far as taking care of people, I think. But some of the high growth stocks that we're going to talk about: Palantir, Super Microcomputer, and then SoundHound AI. So you've got some emerging players in this. You've got quantum computing. Any of these outside of the top tier, in the emerging play, that's where your largest gains are going to be. These are wild card plays. Always make sure you do your own research and never take someone's advice on YouTube as professional advice. Of course, you got to go out there and you got to dial in the numbers and you got to make it make sense for you, and you got to make the decision for yourself. You can't let someone else make the decision for you. But what I am doing is I'm showing you the AI plays that exist. Let me close down this as we dial it in here and we take you over to some of the charts. So the first one I want to talk about is super microcomputing, just because it is a little bit lower cap, could be more exciting for you guys. You could see it's got a $26 billion market cap, well below the trillions. I mean, if these guys ever pick up and gain any sort of momentum, it's going to be interesting. If we zoom out on the 5-year chart, you can see they have been around for a while, but they really picked up. I mean, wouldn't it have been nice to get in at like $9, or even back in 2021 around $3 when it went all the way up to $114, currently trading at $43. I would say it's on a discount if these guys continue to show promise and they continue to plug away. Getting in on this at $43 could be worth my time. Could it be worth your time? I don't know. You guys are going to have to do some research, see what they're building, see what's exciting about the news, I mean, you could come down here to all the recent news and dial it in and see, if they're working on robotics, if they're working on anything else that's exciting, AGI, et cetera, et cetera. Now here we have Alphabet, you have Goog, and then you have Google, or GGL. But you can see this is a very high market cap, almost $2 trillion, not quite to what NVIDIA is. It's hard to imagine that NVIDIA's got a higher market cap than Google. One thing I do want to say is that AI in general could be severely overvalued. There's a lot of hype behind AI, but what if it never delivers what it's anticipated to deliver? What if they never get to the AGI portion of it? What if it becomes something that's like a .com? All this hype, all this funding goes into it, and then it just fizzles out, and most of them don't even pan out and become anything. We could be looking at something like that. Google, obviously, being a strong play, but a company that's been around for a long time. This is a more secure play because it's got multiple different things going for it. Search, it's got the YouTube, it's got Waymo. I mean, they're into robotics. Google has a lot of data centers. I mean, these guys do a lot. So this is kind of like a multifaceted play. I mean, we could see it was trading at 207 down to 165. I actually recently bought some Google on that last dip right here, back on like the 8th when it went down to like 154. I bought. So anytime you get Google on a dip, which you could call this a dip, it's running sideways really at this point. And then you got Amazon. Now Amazon's really high value. It's 2.17. It's above Google. It was recently trading at around, let's see, where was it trading at? Around 240. It's at 205. It's been creeping back up slowly but surely. Amazon had a nice little dip back in 2023. That would have been a great time to scoop it up. But either way, you still got it on a dip here. It's not at an all-time high. And they are a big play. I mean, this is Amazon. They do e-commerce. They do AWS. I mean, you can get into Amazon, and for most of the time, Amazon's been a pretty strong investment. Here's one of my favorites. This is kind of like on the level of the microcomputers. This is Palantir. I recently bought this one around like 80 something. Around, let's see, right about here in March, around 80. I want to say $80. Yeah. No, maybe in April I bought it. Let's see, $77 maybe. So it's been creeping back up again. It's actually around all-time high territory. So this was my best investment so far in the last month. This thing has been by far my best investment. Palantir is a company to definitely take into consideration. I mean, they're doing a lot of things. They're also very heavy on data. If we just look at Palantir, I mean, we could look at Palantir up close. What is Palantir stock worth? I mean, you could really dial in Palantir here and get some information. I mean, the other day we talked about advanced micro devices. I don't think they're really doing too much in the realm of AGI, but Palantir here, what does Palantir do? I mean, they'll give you a whole list of everything they're doing, but it's a lot of data-driven analytics and let's see here, big data analytics, artificial intelligence, founded in 2003 by Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, Stephen Cohen, Joe Lonsdale. I actually saw the CEO of Palantir meeting with the Saudi royal family, Saudi prince. So that's pretty big. You have Palantir Gotham. I could do a whole video on these guys. I mean, they're an up and comer. I mean, these guys could really quickly start competing with some of the biggest corporations around. They really could, and it could happen like as fast as NVIDIA. Speaking of NVIDIA, let's take a look at the NVIDIA chart. If we look at NVIDIA on the 5-year, I mean, it was trading at $12 back in 2022, and it shot up to $134. That's about a 10 to 12x. So, you can get into some plays that can 10x for you. Palantir could be a 10xer for me, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. I mean, when you have something like Palantir at that level, it makes you think like, wow, I should have bought more. And then it thinks like, well, is it too late? You got all these things going on in your head because you look at something like NVIDIA, how it just shot up, right? Just absolutely shot up. I mean, could you imagine, let's see where you could have bought NVIDIA for $5. You could have got it for 55 cents in 2007. 2014, you could have got it for 49 cents. I mean, It's crazy. We're always looking for the next NVIDIA, the next Palantir, maybe. You know, we got Microsoft here. This is obviously a safer play. I mean, it just depends on your risk tolerance, what you want to risk. But anytime you get Microsoft on a dip, that's great. But we're coming out of the dip. The time to buy Microsoft kind of passed. But then again, Microsoft long term seems to be the number one, the number one out there. I mean, it's just past NVIDIA. It's $3.3 trillion. So Microsoft is it. They are it. They are number one. I don't think there's another. I don't think there's another stock out there with a higher market cap. What stock has the highest market cap? It's usually Saudi Aramco. Let's see. I think Bitcoin is not a stock, but it could get to a point where it's well over 3 trillion. We could talk about crypto on here a lot more. I have a lot of crypto positions. I actually have more crypto than I do stocks. So, it says Berkshire Hathaway. What stock has the highest market cap? Let's see what it says. It was saying Berkshire Hathaway, but Berkshire Hathaway doesn't have that kind of. What's the market cap on Berkshire? It's 1 trillion. So, Apple. See, this is old data. Apple was up there, but now it's Microsoft. I think Microsoft's got the highest valuation. Let's see what Apple is. Apple. Saudi Aramco was up there for a while. I don't even see Saudi Aramco anymore. It's all tech. It's all AI plays. Let's see what it is. 3.15. So I think Microsoft's the top company in the world right now in terms of market cap. So that's interesting. But you could see they're almost all tech related, internet tech. Saudi Aramco, I don't even know what Saudi Aramco is sitting at. We'll have to look. That's not Saudi Aramco. 16 billion. That could not possibly be it. Huh. Let's see what Saudi Aramco's at. Ah, it is 6.32. So Saudi Aramco is still the highest market cap. Anyway, you just can't get the proper data, I guess, out of GPT sometimes. So you got to question it. But there you go, guys. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of AGI, AI, where you guys are putting your money, and I'll see you on the next one.